Hello Struckweb and welcome back to my stream. I will be talking for another an hour, maybe less, and then I'll have to mute my mic. I'm kind of starting late today, but I was a bit busy cooking and stuff and making videos before that. So I hope some of you have watched the official preview of update. Hello Struckweb. Okay, I've just checked if my streams are working and they do seem to be working. So now, as I was saying today, there was an official stream. I saw that there were giveaways, so congrats to those who won. And hopefully you are excited for the changes that are coming in the update 8, whenever this would be. I know I want to see some of the features added from update 8, and one of the things I liked a lot would be the changes to Radiant Blast. You kind of debuff an enemy or just set it up for a detonation, and when you hit it with another skill it explodes and deals projectiles like holy bolts in an AoE radius, like the way the poison projectiles work and stuff like that. I think it's in 6 directions or something. I need to rewatch the replay. Yeah, hopefully we would hear some more info soon about update 8 very soon. I found yesterday, Touch of Death, of course, it's not as good as a Stinging Sword until I maybe reroll the chance to knock back to Poison or whatever else. So for now I will be playing with my good old Poison Sword with crit chance, crit damage. In the meantime, let's go do some maps. Normally I just do 4 maps, then maybe change the hero, so maybe I'll do the same now. Well, I couldn't enter the map, really? I haven't even done a single map and it's already kind of glitching on me. Okay, now it seems to be loading. Still rocking the Absolver build. It's not your everyday build, but with the changes that are coming to energy, it's just a very gear dependent. This build depends a lot on mana gear, mana regen gear, and cost for Absolver. Otherwise, you won't be able to rock such a. The energy regen. with that it would be fine as long as you have the proper equipment. And as you can see, I'm not using entropy for damage. I'm using entropy just to fill my yellow bar because it's the skill that fills it. Especially when there's a lot of enemies. Sometimes you might end up filling this bar just with one cast of entropy. Shit tons of enemies in the same place.
You need more mana.
On a good map. That's quite nice. Let it known today that toxic maps need to also report it via the feedback button just to be sure that it will be ticket. But yeah, yesterday changed build. I didn't to be balanced. They need to make it so that even melee builds can handle toxic maps. Otherwise, it's kind of no one will want to be picking melee builds. And ideally, people should want players to not be for. I'm a big fan of the increased difficulty. Where they would to pick different with difficulty. It's gonna be very nice. It's gonna make investing into enchanted gear much better, and then if they but not in its full. I was kind of cool for the second part for the preview, so I remember correctly, but even if it's not in update 8, I wouldn't mind it as long as they just take their time to make it good. Let's clear the dead end before moving on to where the boss is. So far, hearing about the changes. He's still gonna be too powerful, so it's fine. It's a good nerf for energy spike, so don't be too sad. You see that even with the way the skill will be powerful. And this will allow for some more variety. You won't be just teaming up with 4 mages, all of them doing the same build. You might be able to see some differences if you have 4 people of the same class in the same part.
You need more mana.
The thing that I'm most excited about would be the upgraded change to this skill. It was one of the most underplayed and underused skills, together with Absolver. I think Absolver and Radiant Blast were the 2 Dusk Mage skills that many people just avoided as if they were And they aren't actually, they are strong even the way they are, but with the way Radiant Blast would be, it would be even better. I've suggested some things about it, so maybe they got inspired to do some. It definitely feels good seeing that there's changes coming even this early in the game in an up, with balance, different skills.
You need mana.
Print configuration of rapid to not with ranged attacks. I would be happy if they just add not the full enchanting system, but just the salvaging system. If for update 8 they decide to just add the salvaging part of the enchanting, not the full enchanting, even then I would be very happy about it, because it would still be something. But as I said earlier, even if they don't add the enchanting with update 8, as long as they add it when it's ready, it's fine. Because it's good when it's ready. Okay, I think this map's almost done. Maybe last few fights. I'm on this King Archer taking its time with the spawn. Alright, let's go to the town and start the next map. Today I've got my poison sword equipped, so I can actually benefit from the relic weapon I'm leveling up. This to 20, no, this would be 15, this will be 20 points. So once I get this to 10, I probably would just put 2 more points in here, and then those I need to max out. I want to try a fully maxed out Bane that doesn't use Venomous Maw. This was my goal. Let's do a Goblin map now. Enjoyed hearing that they might be doing something like showing all the armors, like characters equipped with all the different sets that are currently added into the game without the future ones, standing next to each other. It will be nice to get all the developers to walk their characters, fully gear themselves with different sets, matching sets and items, just so they can make a proper screenshot or something. Even be made to serve as a promo video. Different armor sets on every character. Oh, I got distracted a bit there. My bad. But yeah, different characters with different armors. Maybe first of all everyone walks the mage, then second everyone walks the Realm Master, or third everyone walks the forged, or in whatever order, it doesn't matter. Just have them like 20 characters or 15 characters, whatever, equipped in different types of sets, like the Goblin set, the Hybrid set, the Celestial set, the physical sets, the other ones. For the mages, one for the Realm Masters, one for the Forge, and then this can even be made into a nice trailer, nice promo material. especially if it's the different weapons and stuff. This hype people a lot when you show them some nice look items and sets and stuff, they do get hyped a lot. And if you give them numbers like we have XX number of item sets, we have XXY number of weapons, so on and so forth. That does always create some nice hyping drivers. There's some more sacred hardwood behind on the sacred hardwood. From all the materials I've got, I think it's half the number of my others. Yeah, 22, and I've got 42 and 39 of the other materials. Craft new ones. If you want to know more about the watched the live stream today, the official Torchlight Frontiers live stream. The Torchlight Frontiers Twitch.
Official TLF Twitch.
So this is the official Twitch, twitch.tv/play Torchlight. You can head there and you can check the recording of the video I was talking about and discussing, the live stream. It's pretty interesting in regards to some of the changes you might enjoy.
Insufficient
30 days that it will be up, so whenever you want to, you can just have a look at the changes. The one notable change that you would be seeing early in the stream would be the new Radiant Blast and also the new difficulty levels. First of all, it asks you of the difficulty level when you create a new character, and then while you're playing the game you can always switch the difficulty, and depending on what difficulty you pick, it will change the... Perfect for an ARPG. This is how ARPGs are. You select the difficulty and it gives you less or more quality based on what you've selected. It's exactly kind of what I was expecting in regards to the difficulty changes. Mars attacked. Mars attacked. Hello dude, welcome. I'm assuming you're from Russia, Ukraine or somewhere there. Nice nickname. Welcome to my... I hope you're enjoying it. Yeah, I'm playing something like an unfamiliar, non-standard build, and this build might become
Map_sporadic yet. Thank you for the follow and welcome to the Struck Club.
Become even more useful when they... The only thing is this build would also get nerfed when they nerf the energy regen skill, the energy regen buff, the yellow buff. But even with that, I think it would be fine. The build would still... It's a gear dependent build, very gear dependent build. It's very fun, and it can work with any relic weapon, of course, as all other builds. One doesn't use a specific element, so regardless of what you decide to go for, it's gonna be fine. Playing with the poison relic weapon because I'm leveling 1, and it's very fast XP leveling up relic weapons on a mage. with it yesterday, they increased the difficulty of the game, and with update difficulties we can pick from. Assuming what I'm playing now would be to the final or to the one before the final difficulty. I'm assuming this won't be the final difficulty, maybe one before the final. But even then, there would be some system to address bullet sponge kind of enemies where the enemies just take too long to kill and they don't do anything special, you just can dodge their attacks. So maybe some of the enemies that are very hard to kill would have some special AoE skills or something like that that you would really need to look out for. One-shot mechanics. It may not be as fun, but if it's different things like pulling you towards them, like kind of vortex bomb like that, but on an enemy. So maybe when you try to run away from it, it would pull you closer, even if you're a ranged class. It could even work like Inescapable Judgment in... not Temper, but what was it called? The tank class. So it's like a line that hooks you and pulls you closer to you. Kind of like... I forgot what it was called in
IWNT
Dota.
to suicide.
Oh, suiciding enemies would be nice, and hello again, wasting time. Nice to see you. Yeah, having something like the Serious Sam enemies. If you've played Serious Sam, that's a shooter game where you had some guys that were screaming and they were holding some bombs, and they would just suicide kamikaze inside you and explode. So there might be some sort of similar enemies that would be very nice. Maybe some robots that do that. So they could add maybe little spider automatons, little spider robots that would very well fit the war of Torchlight Frontiers. This is the way I see a suiciding enemy. They probably wouldn't want it to be a living thing, they would want it to be something mechanical. Because if kids are playing the game and they see some mechanical enemy exploding, they wouldn't mind it if it's doing that.
IEM.
Oh, maybe you mean something different. If you mean like a joke that you haven't gotten a cure or something.
I want to suicide.
Why though? I mean, that's not something to mess around. I hope you're not joking. If you're joking, man, and that's one of the worst things to joke about. Especially, I know I've had people on my street, around 4 people doing it, so that's not something to joke about. If you're really feeling like that, you might want to call someone like a friend or a buddy. The best thing to do is to just call a family or friends in such a situation. I'm not trained to discuss something like this, but I assume the best thing to do would be to call someone close if you're feeling like that. You're not just trolling or joking. But yeah, find something that you enjoy, like get some good tracks, good music, get some good movie, playing something funny, some comedy, maybe stand-up comedy might help cheer you up. I think would be to just contact some friends or family or whatever, and they would know you well and know what to suggest. Because if I don't know the person, I'm not trained to know exactly what to say. This pet, Gertrude. Yeah, I don't want this skill, I already have it. It's very difficult to find skills that you haven't gotten yet. I still need 3 skills, and from those 3 skills I need actually 2 of them. The healing one and the stunning one. some news today that I saw on the official Twitch channel. Papi made a build calculator. The community member
I
who
will not
made
do
the...
it.
It's good to hear. I'm glad to hear it, dude.
How much are you looking to spend?
Yeah, there are very bad days where people might feel down. It's just important to find something enjoyable to do, to watch, to listen, whatever gets the mood going. So as I was saying, Papi, who made the fourth planner, also made a build calculator. I can go and check the link if I remember it. On the torchlightfansite.com, I think. I'm gonna try and put the link for you. It both on Twitch and on YouTube. If you guys want to theory craft, go ahead, have at it. Let's start the next map. The next map would be another goblin map. That
Why
I have
do
to
you
do
play
one more
this?
private.
It's on alpha.
Well, I played because I enjoyed theirs. They keep updating it every now and then. They keep adding some changes, and it's still fun because I know the progress I do would be kept. There will be no more wipes. So any progress I do in the alpha, it's just time spent, and I actually enjoy playing it. It's not too difficult, it's not too easy. And even if I die, I don't really care. I mean, yeah, I'm losing some gold, but that's fine. Of the game, I can just respawn. I'm gonna lose 10% of my total earnings, but that's fine. Of course, ideally, I would have been playing something like Borderlands 3. I really hyped about the game. A month, can barely hold my excitement. Unfortunately,
You don't have enough mana.
all have to wait until the 13th of September. But currently, yeah, I kind of feel like playing a good water shoot. Vengeance, so I'm just gonna have to wait. DLCs and everything unlocked, so
You have spent
probably
more hours here than I on any game.
I've spent a lot of hours here, although I've still spent less on Path of Exile for about, let's say, 9 weeks hours on my new account, on my current seasons in Path of Exile.
Your mana is low.
Just from Betrayal League. My new account on my... I've been playing Path of Beta even, before it was even launched. I probably had more hours, but I made it for this specific... So, yeah. The other day I saw 600 hours and I was, how did I... Played for 2 weeks in Betrayal League and then in Synthesis. Maybe a bit more before that in Delph. In Delph I think I... So yeah, weird. Really weird, but... Noticing played more. Some days I played like 9-10 hours. Actually streamed. I have records of it on YouTube and but that's it. When you're streaming, time flies by very fast, and when you're not streaming, time flies by even faster. If you're playing solo, it could be like that. Before you know it, few hours have already passed. Not all games are like that, but with ARPGs it is like that with some strategy.
New Diablo League is about to start.
Diablo lost me with the unlimited paragons and the unlimited grinding. I know Diablo is a good game. I did enjoy playing with my friend, especially when they buffed the Demon Hunter. I enjoyed playing DH so much with that, with the Vote build, with the this multi-shot build. All that was fine. It just got boring pretty fast, and it's just still the same. Each league, 2 challenges, get that wood, get as fast as you can to as higher greater rift as you can, farm your ancients, get your full set of ancients, and then in under a month I'm done. If I were to play Diablo, getting all the full ancients and stuff, then it's just min-maxing, which is kind of an overkill. If there was a limit in Diablo of the paragons, like let's say 1200, 1300 or whatever maximum paragon level, then you would see people actually competing for seconds there, for just split seconds of a run. Because now if someone just spends 10, 12, 15 hours a day in Diablo, they would have way more progress than someone who spends 2-3 hours each day. Don't like endless modes. Someone on the forums posted something about an endless mode. He had very good ideas, but if the endless mode is not really endless and actually has a limit, I think it's much better. It could be nice to have a survival mode. I've also suggested they add something like that when it comes to endgame in Torchlight Frontiers. But a real endless mode without an actual end in games like Diablo is a bad idea. In this game probably it won't be a bad idea because you don't have unlimited levels. Just let you push someone's build to the limit, because you know you can't those. So maybe in this game it's an exception compared to some other. But currently, as you can see, ARPGs are a big hype. There are so many coming out. There's Kickstarter ARPGs, there's big company RPGs, there's lots of indie RPGs. There's too much going on, and that's fine. It's good for the genre. It's pushing the developers to be more. Just look copy pasted. So there's from the ultra casual ARPGs, from the ones that to the ultra hard for people who spend tens of hours today, but a week, tens of hours a week.
Insufficient mana.
I do like games where the new seasonal content can be played together with the old seasonal content, and you're not limited to start a new character, to start everything from scratch each time there's a new season. Like keeping the content together, not limiting people to have to start over just so they can enjoy the new content. Wants to start over, but why should everyone be starting over to experience it? just a different way of handling seasonal contents, and I think yeah, this is the more, if you wanna be, and the more hardcore. The casual players do get turned down and turned off, or whatever the right expression would be, from having to start over every single time. With games like Path of Exile, so many people are bored having to re-level a new character each time there's a leak. I know many people that actually wait for the leak content to make it into the non-leak servers. I don't see a reason why the non-leak servers can't receive the same updates. Birds, there's a very interesting game I've played, Steam Birds Alliance, and it's a roguelike. It's a kind of like a shooter, a roguelike shooter, third person with space. So if you look it up, Steam Birds Alliance, you might be delighted by what the game. It's an indie game, and it is roguelike. So if you die, you start over. If you like birds, you would be liking that one.
Insufficient mana.
Edit I've streamed it. It's not my. It's a game that many people would enjoy, I'm sure. Realm of the Mad King in a steampunk flying ship kind of setting. It's that. And send him to sell gear. Okay, let's keep moving.
Birds are the best.
Yes, especially when you cook them.
You need mana.
Something called, was it the 7-bird roast or was it the 12-bird roast? Where you like take a big bird like a turkey, then inside the turkey you stuff a chicken, and inside the chicken there's a smaller type of bird like a pheasant or something like that, and it goes on and on and on until like you have 7 different layers of birds, one bird stuffed into the other, and then you roast it. About it from a play sometime, and they were discussing this this type of roast there. Forget, come on pet, don't die, don't die pet, go sell the stuff. Yes, he went to sell. So after they've reworked Radiant Blast, I do hope they would do something to Dark Spears as well. I think Dark Spears really needs to step it up as a skill. Even if it doesn't do damage at all, as long as it keeps charging the white bar. Even if those spears are just debuffing the enemies and applying maybe some debuffs on them, it would be fine as long as it can fill up my dark bar, my white bar. Because if I start using dark spears now, I won't be able to charge my bar as fast as per se with entropy. I'm gonna have to wait for it to stop for a second, and then I'll have to experiment. But ideally I wanna play this. Would use dark spears to gain my yellow bar as fast as with entropy. Entropy is the master in regards to gaining this energy regen buff. Dark spears would be good if you kind of encounter 10 goblins stacked up at the same time, but that's not always playing, so you might not encounter that many in the same place. Like here, 5 or 6 of them, and it kind of worked, although we tend much faster. Works well even if it's a smaller enemy. Just one enemy that's that we're hitting.
But I have no birds.
You're nearly dead.
Shit, I almost died there. Oh, now the goblin snipers. Well, what do you mean by you have no birds? If you wanna be bird keeping or whatever it's called, I guess there's pet that sell them. Although they're very difficult to take care of. I have a friend who watches birds in their home, who takes care of them, and I've heard a few cases of some birds, brand new birds, dying out of the nowhere like that. They do live for a very long time, but if you don't pay attention to all the needs of the birds, like it's very hard to take care of birds. Like you have to research it properly. And some parrots and stuff live longer than humans, which is kind of sad because then they might be very sad when you pass away before them. Really happy with the way Spirit Well does damage. If only they could just follow me around. This is my only thing I would like to see.
My cat doesn't like birds.
Sure. I've had cat, dog. That's the pets I've had: cats, dogs, fishes, etc. And the cats always enjoy meowing at the birds when the birds come into the balcony or whatever. In a different country, my housemates had a cat that kept chasing after the birds, but it was an outdoors cat, it wasn't an indoors. He used to try chasing birds, but in the end he would just go kill a mouse and try to bring it inside the house. And my housemate at the time back then, she would freak out and not let the cat until he takes the mouse somewhere away, far from the house. Soon I would have to mute my mic, but I can just keep writing into the chat when something needs to be said or discussed. Also, there's a new series, not new series, but second season of the Mine Netflix. I was busy today. I uploaded 4, so I was busy today recording, editing. Then I was cooking, so I didn't have chance to watch it, but I heard this season they would be about the Charlie Manson family. FBI agents in the 60s investigating and serial killers. Point to the term serial killer. And it's a very fun story of those monsters. It's very interesting story if you wanna look at some proper drama, kind of like True Detective and stuff like that. If you like it, if you like shows like True Detective, Mindhunter might be to your liking, even though killing and the stuff. It's more about the psychology. So I probably would be streaming. Have to stop to just watch. It's Friday evening after some extra Netflix.
Death is
There's a
I've always
grandma
liked
playing the Elder Scrolls card game on Twitch.
gaming grandma. If it's the same one,
Mana is low.
there's one famous grandma, like 80 something years old or whatever, that was playing some video games. She was famous, man. I've read about her and heard stories about that one. The last Elder Scrolls game I spent a lot of time on was Elder Scrolls Online. I really couldn't get into Skyrim. People would hate me for saying that. I couldn't get past the first few hours. Morrowind. I remember when it first Morrowind was like such a huge and nice world to explore. And when they
You need
added online, I did enjoy checking the Morrowind areas.
This one isn't famous. Famous.
Some other one. Okay, interesting. Fun and there's Oblivion Skyrim engine. Like they're recreating Oblivion. I think it's Skyblivion or something like that. I saw a new on mmorpg.com. The Elder Scrolls,
You don't have enough mana.
really like it. I prefer more of Might and Magic kind of RPGs. When it comes to single player RPGs, I would either play something Diablo style, like a proper hack and slash, kind of Ubisoft. The last Might and Magic, the new title in ages. Getting worse and worse after Ubisoft took over.
You need mana.
On the other hand, I don't like people who insults prostitutes.
Really? Well, it's the oldest job in the world, man, and they have to earn their living somehow. So if you think about it, streamers are the same way as them. So if a streamer insults them, then they're kind of insulting themselves as well, because they're offering like a service like any other person, and it's legal in many countries. Like in Amsterdam it's legal, prostitution and all that. So if people insult them, that's kind of bad. If it's a huge Comedy Central kind of joke, maybe it's fine in good context, but if it's really meant to insult, then yeah, I probably can understand this. Nowadays, some streamers, regardless of the gender, are kind of in the same way, you know. Actually the ones that try to show a little bit more flesh and stuff. Very much probably not gonna be using a webcam. Even if I had a webcam, I probably wouldn't be using it. because I might do stuff people would not enjoy on camera, when without even realizing I do that stuff. So yeah, sometimes
You don't have enough mana.
important is seeing the game itself. At least about is the gameplay. It's something fun to watch. Of course, it's fun when you see finds a good item or something like that. It's always nice to see it. But I personally, from myself, know that even
It's
if I had a
impossible to hear
webcam,
you
I wouldn't
properly
use it.
cause your mic is cutting.
Yeah, it's like that because I use push to talk, and when I'm playing, it's on my mouse thumb button. So when I'm fighting, on my thumb
You
button.
don't have enough mana.
It's very tough because if I let it to be voice activated, then you would end up hearing my pet, you would end up hearing other people walking past the room and talking, so I kind of have to use push to talk. Also, I might end up burping, farting, etc. And if I were to watch a stream, I wouldn't want it just so I kind of am stuck to using push to talk, and I think it's my mouse. It's Logitech 900 and something and 3 G903, but the thumb button is very sensitive, so even if I stop holding the thumb button for just slightly, I'm still holding it, I'm just releasing the pressure a bit, and it immediately cuts off my microphone. So it's
You need more
a company like Logitech would be so bad in regards to sensitivity of the thumb button. And there's no option in their software to make it more or less sensitive, because it's purely mechanical in this regard. And I'm having issues with this when I'm recording videos as well. When I'm recording with push to talk, I have to keep re-recording the whole. Like I might have to do 4 or 5 takes of 10-15 minutes recording just so I can get it right without a single cut off. And maybe I'll consider using push to mute. So I would just push it once, it would mute. I would push it again, it would unmute. Kind of like a walkie-talkie. Maybe we'll see. Thanks for this though. Many people have been telling me, and I'm really considering to try using push to mute. But then I would have to find some sort of being able to tell when I'm muted and when I'm not, like some sort of indicator on my screen to avoid talking while muted. This is actually a very nice pair of boots for a Holy Boat build. I'm probably not gonna be using Holy Boat anytime soon, but it's a nice combo, Luminous Cooldown and Holy Boat. Yeah, I think I'm done for today with the mage. I'm gonna log on to the Realm Master quickly. I wanna go through all different characters as normal.
You look like a savvy shopper.
Sell this and buy some maps. I'm gonna do 3 maps and then I'm gonna go on the Forged. But I need some potions. Especially if I get a toxic map without potions, I'll be dying all the time. Such an imbalanced map mod. Hardest things to get in a game is balance. it's not that difficult to get the ideas about the game, but then to implement them and to balance everything the way it should be takes a lot of hours, a lot of testing and changing all the time. Curse chamber, nice. And as I predicted, a toxic map, right on of the bat, like first map toxic on this guy. Playing the close range melee build. So this is just bullshit trolling me. I'm not gonna do that map. I'm gonna go back to the town and start a new map. I said it yesterday, until this is nerfed, I'm gonna boycott all the toxic maps and I'm gonna skip them. And it's been said that toxic maps are terrible for months. Since update 4, we're already in update 7.
Savvy shopper. See you next time.
I'm grinding in Apex.
I quit Apex because my buddies, my real life buddies that I've known for 20 years, kind of stole my wood because I ended up flying off the map. I kind of fell into some sort of not off the map, but in some sort of glitch. I fell into the ground. I was gliding, then I landed on a mountain and I fell through the ground, and then my chest appeared somewhere around where I died, but above the ground. And then my real life buddies that I've known for like 20 years went ahead, took my wood, and not to give it back, just to use it. I was like, oh fuck you, man. I'm not gonna be bothered with this stupid shooter. And I'm not fan of battle royale games in general. I mean, I'm very bad at them, and I was just playing because my friends were playing, not because I wanted to play the game. But then when I told them take my wood, I'm gonna be back, I'm gonna respawn, because I was actually respawning. And what did they do? They just kind of took the wood and said, oh, it's gone, it's no longer there. I'm like, well, that's how it's gonna be, so fine, fuck it. It was the first time I got a legendary item, like on the third or fourth day after the launch of the game, and I was so excited just to test it, because it was my first legendary item. Like, I think it was a gun or armor, I don't even remember what it was about. But in any case, yeah, Apex is a good game, much better than Fortnite if you're a fan of Battle Royale games. I would much prefer a Battle Royale where you're playing something like a Dota kind of Battle Royale, like the old Warcraft 3 maps. Warcraft 3 had so many good Battle Royale kind of MOBA different deathmatch maps. There was like a Naruto kind of map, then there were kind of other different ninja type of arenas with different names. So Warcraft 3 was what kind of started all this MOBA madness. And madness in the good way of the good reason of the word, and the good meaning. Or whatever other server you're playing on, and then just look for games people have created. And there was a huge community creating maps for Warcraft 3. I think a deathmatch, not like a battle royale, but regular deathmatch with maybe 16-30 people with isometric hack and slash mechanics would be great. Something like with the Torchlight Frontiers kind of camera and controls. except with maybe let's say 10 different classes to pick from, or if not 10, at least 8 different classes to pick from, and to have like 16, 30 people inside the match in a deathmatch or team deathmatch or whatever. It would be so fun to play something like this, even if it's just casual without earning anything but cosmetic rewards or whatever. It's a toxic map, fuck it, I'm not gonna do it. I just noticed right now. Talking and I didn't notice that there's another toxic map. In any case, I have to mute my mic, it's 12:51. And if it keeps giving me toxic maps, I'm just gonna start playing Goblin Frontier and not bother with the Hivit Frontier. Not gonna play this broken map mod. What can I sell? I can sell some gear here.
You say opportunistic. I say shrewd. Good luck on your travels.
Okay, let's try and buy another map. Hopefully it's not toxic. And after I go into the map, I'm gonna out and tap and mute my mic. Straight at the goblin. Well, bummer. Let's do this. But yeah, okay, muting the mic, and yeah, there is no excuse for this map being that bad after months and months of feedback that it's bad.
ARPG makes me feel my time is losing.
endurance is decreasing. Your pack is too heavy.
How much are you looking to spend? See you next time. Good luck on your travels.
Vent heat to use more skills. Vent heat to use more skills. to slip in the way. Quest complete. Overloaded. Time to vent heat. You feel better. Your pack is too heavy. Time to vent heat. to vent.
I love Division 2. Not as a shooter-looter game as service. As a game.
to vent. Vent excess heat.